Well, as you might have guessed, we had a little bit of technical issues, but welcome to this second 2014 USL Pro Championship Hangout. My name's Nicholas Murray, Communications Coordinator for USL Pro, and we are very pleased to be joined by Sacramento Republic FC's Tommy Stewart and Emrah Klimenta. Tommy, Emrah, welcome in.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Well, first of all, congratulations on not only reaching the championship game, but hosting it this Saturday night at Bonney Field. As an outsider, what you've done this season really comes off as pretty remarkable. But when I've talked to people within the organization, it really does seem like what you accomplished.
My name's Nicholas Murray, Communications Coordinator for USL Pro, and we are very pleased to be joined by Sacramento Republic FC's.
A little bit of echo there, guys.
Welcome in.
Turn the microphone down.
They're not trying. I think we're having a wee bit of difficulty. Just bear with us a second.
No problem, guys.
Go ahead. That's us now. I think we're back now.
We're good now.
Yeah, I think that's better. Well, as an outsider's perspective, let's start from the top again, because from an outsider's perspective, what you guys have been able to accomplish this season as an inaugural season expansion franchise has seemed really remarkable. But whenever I talk with anyone within the clubs, talking with Rodrigo, talking with Mickey Daly last week, there isn't really that much surprise that you guys have been able to accomplish this. Why has the team been able to get this far, and did you anticipate this at the start of the preseason?
Definitely not in preseason. I think once the season got underway, you could see there were winners in our team. Obviously, it's incredibly hard to make a team that quick, but everyone got together, worked hard, and tried their best. And obviously, once the preseason games got underway, we could see that there was potential to do well. Where that would take us, we weren't 100% sure, but as the games came in, we got the first month out of the way, and we're still getting better and better. We knew we could improve. And I think that's where we were able to set goals after that. We weren't afraid of anyone, and really that's where it kicked off after the first month. We knew what we could do, and then we just started making goals and trying to achieve that.
What's the journey been like from the first day of preseason to this point, getting ready for a championship game?
It's hard to say. I mean, it's just been an absolute.
Well, we appear to have lost Tommy and Emrah. Give us one moment and we will see what we can do to get them back. Yeah, looks like they're logging back in again. Always the fun of the fair when you're trying to do these technical online exercises, but bear with us for just a moment and we should have Tommy and Emrah right back with us. While we wait, as a reminder, you can watch this Saturday's USL Pro Championship game on YouTube, right here on the USL Pro YouTube channel. We've also been informed today that locally in Sacramento, you'll be able to watch the game live on CW31. So if you haven't got a ticket to Saturday night's game, we know the game is already sold out. Feel free to join us online, on television, or wherever you can to watch the game. We certainly are expecting an exciting one against the Harrisburg City Islanders. Let's see here. I see their logo, but I don't see Tommy and Emrah quite yet. We're, looks like, let's see if we can get Tommy and Emrah back quickly. Here we are, back again.
Switch computers.
This is always an adventure. But thanks for getting back, guys. We appreciate it. Good to see you again. Tommy, you were talking about the journey that this had been for the club. I mean, first day of preseason, you come in, you're building this new club. What you were talking about what that's been like to go through that progression from that point to this point.
I didn't catch that last bit. Sorry.
Well, what's the progression been like? The journey been like from preseason to reaching the championship game this year?
Yeah, no, it's been really good, and a lot of players weren't professional before this, and some experienced players, but there was a good mix of youth and a bit of experience there, but players wanting to prove themselves. A lot of young pros, trying just to make a name for themselves in the league, and I think we found a lot of players in this team, can play above this level. I think a lot of players are very talented, whether it's some of the older guys or some of the younger guys, and I'm very excited for what this team can actually achieve. Not just now, but in a few years. There's still a lot of time on their side, so I'm very excited to see where it goes. But definitely the progression's been great, and obviously, Precky's helped a lot of the guys along their way.
Speaking of Precky, we've got to get to Coach of the Year finalist. He's obviously done an amazing job this season. We heard half-time of Saturday's game. There was a little bit of a speech. Now, we don't want you to tell us what was said, but what we do want, can you give us your best Coach Precky half-time speech impersonation?
I'll maybe not do it. I think it'd be better to do that because he's actually Serbian, but for me, it's, sometimes you just need to, rally the troops, so to speak, without being too harsh. You've got to be firm. If we didn't win, the season was gone. We knew what we needed to do. We weren't playing our best football. We played a lot better in some of the other games, and now the most important game was against Galaxy. And although we started fairly well, once we conceded a goal, the heads went down a bit, and then obviously the killer goal was just before half time. So it was important we responded well. We knew once we get a goal, LA Galaxy would be putting their back foot. So all we had to do was concentrate on getting the first goal out of the way, and that was really the main focus. But just making sure everyone was really up for the game, and we weren't going to let that last 45 minutes slip away from us. And fortunately, we were able to get back in the game. And
Emrah, can we get a Coach Precky impersonation out of you, please? I promise you won't get in trouble.
Men, we have to go hard. Be strong. He always preaches, us being tough, showing heart, and throughout the season from the beginning, he's taught us one thing, and that's, to be men and play like men, meaning, play strong, play with your heart, and he preaches that a lot, and I think that's been instilled in our whole team, throughout the season, and I think we've proved it on Saturday night in the second half. He gave us a little. He wasn't harsh. He was just a little hard on us, but he knew that he can get the best out of each player going into the second half at that LA game, and that's what happened. And once we got that first goal, we knew right away that the game was ours.
It does seem as though you guys have had a bit of a flair for the dramatic this season. You guys have gotten a lot of late goals, and there have been times where, especially at home, the crowd seems, once you get one, the crowd seems to have swelled and pushed you guys forward. Has that been a hallmark of this team, the way that it keeps fighting throughout the 90 minutes?
I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's our style of football. We're an attacking team, and we always believe we're going to get chances. It's just every game we go into, we think we're going to score. Sometimes it's a matter of how many. We genuinely believe that, but without being disrespectful to anybody, we concentrate on ourselves, and that's very important in football. And for us, that's been a big success. We've not worried about too many other people. As long as we played our style of football and our system, a lot of times we've come out on top.
Now, Emrah, you were originally born in Montenegro. You and your family emigrated to California when you were younger. You kind of came up through the youth system, came up through the soccer in America. Went away to Europe for a little bit, but you're back here now. What's it like representing Sacramento and being part of the Republic FC in its inaugural season?
It's been great. You know, I call California my home now. I've spent most of my life here in California. I moved out here back in '99. So I've lived 15 years of my life, 16 years of my life here in California. So to be playing for Sacramento, I basically call this my home team. You know, San Jose being there, I mean Sacramento for me is the home team now. It's just great. You know, I was in Europe, tried it out, didn't work out all that well, and to come back and go through the open tryouts here, you know, say give it a shot. I want to see how it goes. And now to be playing for the club, it's an honor, and I'm truly excited. And you know, with the fan base and what Sacramento as a city is trying to accomplish is you know, even greater. So I'm really happy with that. And my family is just about an hour or so away in the Bay Area. So for them to come and support me each home game is massive. And you know, trying to make them proud as well as the city and the club. So I'm really happy and fortunate to be here.
Now, I saw you on Twitter on Saturday night, Sunday morning, Tommy. You're trying to get, did you manage to get your parents over for the final, or are they going to be watching the live stream on YouTube Saturday night?
Yeah, no, I have a bit of joy there, actually, yes. My mum, dad, and my little sister are making the trip. So tomorrow night they fly into San Fran, so they're here for the game, so they're very excited to be coming over for the game, and obviously I am too, because I haven't seen them since January. So no, that'll be special, and obviously for the final it'll be a great occasion. So yeah, can't wait to see Sacramento. And obviously
you're from Northern Ireland originally. You were playing in Ireland. I believe you were playing for Shamrock Rovers most recently before you joined Sacramento.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in Republic FC?
Basically, I was weighing up a few options at the end of the season, and one of the guys at Shamrock Rovers knew one of the guys out here, and he said about maybe coming out here. He thought I could do well out here and score a few goals, and the club were looking at a striker. Initially, that's where it stemmed from. I obviously had an interest. You know, I wanted to find out more. I didn't know how big Sacramento could be, or anything like that. I didn't know much about the league, but there was a general excitement from my part, and everything just spiraled after that. I got in touch with Graham. Came out to the tryouts as well, and everything just happened from there, really.
Now, I'm going to take a stab at the dark at who that teammate was. Was it Ryan Thompson?
Ryan Thompson, yeah.
So that's Ryan's my friend too. He used to play here at the University of Tampa, which is where we're based. So I know Ryan pretty well. So kind of cool story, and obviously he's back over here now playing as well. But congratulations on making it this far.
Okay.
From what I've been told, though, sneaking around, heard from some of the front office, you guys like to hang out a lot away from the field. So I've got to ask Tommy, what's Emrah's hidden talent? What do people not necessarily know about him that he's really good at away from the field?
About me?
About Emrah.
You have to say about me?
What was the question?
Like, what am I good at apart from off the field?
Okay. You have to answer him.
I'll do my best. You go for me first. I'm trying to
what I think you're good at off the field? Golf. He loves to play golf. The one thing on his off days he wants to do is golf. And I haven't had the pleasure to go watch him play, but a few of the boys have told me that he's quite good at golf, and he's a decent singer as well. But no, I say golf is probably what he's good at off the field, aside from footy.
Yeah, no, Emrah's one of the good guys as well. You know, he's obviously very friendly with all the guys as well. Everyone likes him. But everybody would just hang out. I mean, a lot of us would just spend a bit of time, you know, go watch a movie, hang out, go play pool. So he's not great at pool, but he's getting a wee bit better with the practice. But yeah, Emrah's always up for whatever, and good activities and stuff. So and there's quite a lot to do around Sacramento as well. But yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of us seem to just hang out really after training, and there's a good bond.
I see you hanging out there in your Sacramento t-shirts. You've got nice cut there as well, particularly like yours, Tommy. Nice like there. But in the locker room, who's Who's the best dressed guy in the locker room?
Well, tell you it definitely isn't. We can narrow it down that way if you want. I can definitely rule them out.
I was going to get to that in a minute, so if we want to start with worst dressed, we can certainly go there.
The worst dressed?
Well, the worst dressed is definitely Nemanja for me. So if you're watching Nemanja, he's a bit better there. But no, Ivan's a close second. Gabe maybe a close third. I'll just leave it as 3 for now. Maybe the top 3.
I'd go with top 3. Tommy's up there.
Definitely
he likes to look sharp.
Definitely the top 1.
Who else would you say?
It's a tough one.
That is a very tough one.
I've got to add Mickey Daly in the bottom 4 as well, by the way.
Mickey Daly is not a very good dresser.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, that is. Chad was, but he's not with us no longer.
Yeah.
Chad Bartlome is a decent
Chad Bartlome is a short dresser.
Short dresser. Yeah. And Jay Gleason.
I'll give Jay Gleason a shout, yeah. He's got a bit of gear. Bit different, but it's not bad.
Well, speaking of Jake, and also speaking of Nemanja, they're up for awards. I don't think we had the announcement of the award finalists today. We have Rodrigo is up for MVP, Preki is up for Coach of the Year, Jake is up for Goalkeeper of the Year, and Nemanja for Defender of the Year. As far as Rodrigo, Jake, and Nemanja, what is it that they've brought to the team this season?
You've got to look at Nemanja's experience first and foremost. I think you have to say he started at left back as well for us, and then I think he got put in the centre back, and I don't think we've let in a lot of goals in games. So yeah, he's definitely brought a bit of experience there, but he's solid in centre back as well, just as good as he is at left back.
And Roro, everybody knows Roro. I mean, he's the motor of the team, so to say. Assists, goals, and I think he should be up there as a candidate for MVP, most definitely.
Yeah, he's had a good year. I think he's excelled this year, especially as the whole team has. But definitely for him, I would be very surprised if he wasn't picking up an award.
We asked this yesterday, and you mentioned earlier you've got some pretty young guys playing on the team, so obviously there's got to be some video gamers in last year. Which of you two, though, you play FIFA 15, which of you wins?
I do.
I think we're pretty bad, both of us, to be honest.
We're probably two of the worst on the team, but whenever we play, it either ends up in a tie or a 1-0 victory my way.
We're a little bit more social than some of the other guys, so it's just the way it is.
Who's the locker room champion?
Roro.
Maybe Roro.
Roro. Carlos Martinez, one of those two. Those guys always have a good matchup.
Yeah, Max.
I'd go with.
So Roro is the computer as he is on the field, right?
Yeah,
he is.
He practices set pieces.
Now, you guys have had a few road trips this season, obviously, especially heading out to the East Coast from the West Coast. What are some of the favourite stories you have from getting out on the road and spending time together as a team? Because it seems like you guys like hanging out a lot as a group.
We couldn't make your last sentence out there, sorry.
It definitely seems like you guys like hanging out as a group together. What are some of your favourite stories from the road this season?
I don't know if there's been too many stories as such. I mean, a lot of the time, boys would just get together and watch a movie, or go and play pool, or go down to the swimming pool or jacuzzi in the off time. But no, it's actually genuinely a good group of lads, guys that hang out with each other, as I said, after training as well. So there's the team's gelled really quickly, and it's probably one of the best dressing rooms I've been involved with.
We've also had a few karaoke times, which was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun, but not that many great singers on its squad.
Okay, so you mentioned Tommy's got a nice singing voice earlier. Who's the worst singer on the team? Who's the worst karaoke artist on the team?
I love singing. I love music, but I'm pretty bad at karaoke.
But I mean, is that something that the guys like to do after the game, though? You go out, hang out, especially after home games. What is it the guys like to do? Where do you guys go hang out afterwards?
I mean, it just depends. We go for food after the games with the whole team, so straight away there's that bond again. Just a bit of downtime. You can go and relax, and then see everybody's families. After that, we usually the day off. And we'd sometimes just get together, just whether it be the pool, and everyone's in the same kind of complex as well, but generally just everyone gets on and maybe go for a bite to eat or whatever, but it's usually just something, as low-key as that, but it's just a good vibe in the team.
Question for you. We've seen some pretty decent moves after some of your goals this season, but when it comes to the dance floor, who's the best dancer on the team?
Gabe BC.
Little Gabe.
Little Gabe.
Some good moves.
Young Gabe is for sure the dancer in the squad. Whenever there's music in the locker room, he's always dancing and putting smiles on people's faces.
Yeah.
Who controls the boombox in the locker room before games?
We share it. Depends on who grabs who hooks up their Bluetooth first. But it's usually it goes from me to Roro, to Chad Bartlome, just we like to see everybody's taste in music. So not one certain person puts the music up. We share. So.
Now, big game this Thursday. Harrisburg's the opponent. What's the biggest challenge they're going to pose you guys in the championship game?
Again, it's just very difficult to say. We know it's going to be a difficult game. It's a final, first and foremost. It's a one-off game, so we've just got to come prepared. We've trained well this week, and just keep doing what we've been doing, really. There's no point in changing anything now. We've just got to be confident, go in, start well, use our fans, and give our best performance, and hopefully come out on top.
How about you, Emrah? What do you think?
I agree with Tommy. We, all throughout the whole season, we haven't really focused on the opponent. We focused on us. It's all about us, as Preki likes to say as well. We don't really look too much into the opponent. We just play our game. We know we're at home, and our fans, will help us out immensely. But it's basically a team effort. It's going to be a team effort. The finals, like Tommy said, it's a one-all game, and that's all. So I think if we go out and play our game and get going from the get-go, I think that we have a real good chance of winning it. So it's all about us, and we just try to focus on us and not about the opponents.
You mentioned the fans. It was announced earlier today, championship game's already a sellout. What would it mean to bring home a championship in front of your own fans to cap off your inaugural season in USL Pro?
Right now, it would mean everything, just because of the way the season's gone. The whole the build-up, just the fact that nobody knew how special this club perhaps could be. Just the different goals that were set during the year, the way we've won games, the way we've been consistent, the way the community's got together, the way the office works. Everything really is just it's one big kind of family kind of thing. It's one big community, but to win something like that in the first year, it's not really heard of, so it would make it a little bit more special.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We're really looking forward to coming out west for Saturday's championship game. Hope to see you on Friday at the awards ceremony. Thank you to all of the viewers who tuned in today. We really appreciate it, especially after the early technical difficulties. We hope we got to some of the questions that you wanted to see asked. Hopefully, you'll join us either at the stadium and CW31 locally in Sacramento, or on the USL PRO YouTube channel on Saturday for the championship game. But until then, thanks for joining us, and bye for now.
Thank you. Cheers.